Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis. And I have this wonderful team that God lets me manage, that God has provided me. So I'd like to introduce them real quick. The first one is Faith, my lovely assistant for 17 years. Since the day she was born. She used to come up on the podium and help me do announcements. She'd sit up there and everybody just loved that. So she's now my official assistant, and she's the one that's going to be singing today. And behind the scenes, if you say hi, hello, good morning, however you want to greet us, Faith is going to be the one answering you. She knows me better than I know myself anyway. And, you know, I go back later and just make sure there isn't something else I need to add. But for the most part, she's 100% on. So thank you, Faith, for being here. We appreciate you. And the wise and powerful Oz, my partner in crime since 1998. Whew, that's a long time, you know. He was our board president for many years, and he's my first baby practitioner and will be the practitioner of service today, meaning he's going to pray us in and pray us out. And he is going to be available at the end for our 1 minute miracle. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So thank you so much for being here. I love you. Oh, goodness. And thank you for being here as well, because we couldn't do this without you. So there's 1,000 things you could be doing on a Sunday morning, and we are so blessed that you're here with us. And so let me introduce the topic real quick. We're going to talk about manifesting the life of your dreams with gratitude. Gratitude is such a powerful thing. I talk about it a lot, and there's a reason for that. So I'll get into that in a little bit. If you're here, please say hi, hello, good morning, however you'd like to greet us. When we're in a facility, I can see who's here, and it's kind of nice to have that visual feedback. But since the software doesn't allow me that luxury, I rely on you to put in the comments either hi, hello, or good morning, however you would like to greet us. Also, there's a watch party button so that you can invite all your friends to watch along with us, and that you can have conversations back and forth without bothering anyone. All right. You mean you want to do it in the beginning instead of the end? Okay, we can do that. All right. And I also want to put a shout out to Karen Drucker and Reverend Ferry Elaine Silver, because they provide music for us on Sundays. And without them, we wouldn't be able to do music, because Facebook in particular blocks us if we do publicly owned music. So thank you to Karen Drucker and Reverend Ferry Elaine Silver. So I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
The presence of God right here, right now. Sacred space, for all space is a sacred space. God is everywhere at all times. Future, present, past, all in one, all in all that is that we call God. I know that that presence animates each and every one of us, living us, breathing us, bringing us through our lives as a companion or as a support or as a goal. All of these things, all encompassed within that one great power. I know that power and its presence are here with us right now as we go forth into the service. And I know that this is a good thing. And for being part of that, I let it be, and I give great thanks. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Oz. Is that all you do? You just put their name in the comments and that tags them? Ah, okay. Renee asked me to tag her. So I forgot, and then I was trying to do it on Facebook and I couldn't find her. All right. So the next one is the Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver's song, We Are All One. That is our theme of our church. So we like this song quite a bit. If you know the words, sing it loud and sing it proud, because you can't bother anybody, right?
We are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. I hear it and know it, my being. Spirit is all I am seeing. For God is all there is. Grateful am I to be living, open to what I receive, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. Yes, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it.
Okay. We are all one in it. If please say hi, hello, good morning, however you would like to greet us, just to let us know who's here. It's always nice for me to know who my audience is. But also, if you like something that you hear, either by the music that Faith is singing or something that I say, use the thumbs up button. And if you love something that you hear, obviously, send us some hearts, because we love to get love. And if something really strikes you as powerful, let me know that I'm on track. Send me a wow. Okay. Cool. All right. So this next song is a Karen Drucker song, and we've done it before, but I like it because it creates a meme in your mind. And music does that. It has a way of, have you ever been, just doing housework or out doing something, and all of a sudden this song pops in your mind and you can't get it out? Well, if you can get this one to stick in your mind, awesome, because it's a really powerful one. So here you go. Here is Faith. I can get my cursor.
Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. So grateful. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Because I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I love that song. It's a great one to get up in the morning and start singing, by the way. As well as being a meme for you to sing all day long, but really first thing in the morning, it's great. But before I get started, I hope everybody has heard Sir Richard Branson has been the first man in outer space, apparently, to make a flight in outer space, I should say. I think we're going to have something to be grateful for eventually, because it sounds like that may alter the way air travel goes. Instead of just traveling, in whatever kind of space that is, I don't know, airspace that is regulated now. It sounds like the plan is, if they can perfect this, that we'll be traveling through outer space, which I think will get us there faster. Does anybody know if that's the case? I don't know. But all the billionaires are now rushing to be the first, So it's pretty interesting watching Elon Musk and Sir Richard Branson and what is the other one? Oh, Jeff Bezos, I think. Is it Jeff Bezos? Anyway, they're all rushing to be the first to have this airline that goes into outer space, which I think is kind of funny, but it's cool. I mean, it used to be that the only people that went into outer space were astronauts that were paid by the government. So the technology that billionaires are able to pay for is pretty cool. So Anyway, just a little note about something that, you know, in the future we might be able to have gratitude for. There's certain, like, your moms and dads will be able to fly. No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be the young ones because I don't think in my lifetime, you know, I'm 65. I don't think in my lifetime I'm going to see a flight into outer space, but whatever, for myself, you know. But I think our kids, you know, the next generation or possibly the next generation after that will probably do it. I don't know, Faith, you might be that generation. You just might be. Anyway, I like to talk about gratitude because it's like a magnet. It works. You know, remember when you were in science class when you were a kid and they had these like metal shavings on the table, and you would take this magnet and, you know, you would scoop up all the little metal shavings and then you'd pull it up and they would jump from the table clear up to the magnet. That's the way gratitude is. It like creates a magnetic field around us that draws to us what we want. And, you know, I got to thinking about manifestation and how, you know, if we manifest from an idea of lack, we're just going to get more lack. So the idea that we sit there and go, I need, and then do manifestation rituals is that the universe hears, I need, meaning I don't have, and it gives us more of what we don't have, right? But if we come from a place of gratitude, if we, as Abraham Hicks says, if we enter the vortex with a feeling, a strong, heartfelt feeling of gratitude for that which we have already received or that which is on its way to us that we know, because we've created it in mind. But if we enter that vortex with that deep feeling of gratitude, then the universe hears, oh, you like that? Let me give you some more, right? See, we don't believe in a God that I pray to God and I go, God, give me this thing. Please give me this thing. And God, you know, sits back and says, well, have you earned it? Do you deserve it? I don't believe in a God like that, the big wise judge in the sky. That's not my version of God. What we teach in our philosophy is that it's a divine intelligence that runs through everything, all of life. And in quantum physics, they discuss the universe as made of the same stuff, the same molecules, the same atoms, and it's only how rapidly the molecules bump up against each other that determines the solidity of an item. For instance, the podium, for example, or this desk that I'm sitting at now, which is my podium, is going to vibrate quicker, and it's going to bump up against each other quicker. And so it's going to create a more solid item. Now, I'm not quite as solid. I'm more solid than water. So water is going to go very slowly, and it's going to be more liquid in nature. Now, we're a good combination of solidity and liquidity, but it means that everything is made of God. It means the podium and I and you and the air between us, all of that is made of the exact same stuff. And quantum physics backs us up on that. We say it's God. They don't say it's God. I mean, God is my word. You can use whatever word you want. Universe, spirit, great spirit, Allah, I don't care. Whatever speaks to you is the right word for you. My word is God. But again, it's not a person. It is an intelligence that runs through everything. You might have heard me talk last week about the watermark on a page. We give form to God by being that watermark, and the page is God flowing through us. And it doesn't stop God from flowing through us, that we give form to it. And it connects us by it through it. We are all connected. And so they call it, an intelligence. We call it a divine intelligence. They don't give credit to God for it. They say there's an intelligence in the universe that knows how to make everything, knows how to make something out of nothing, you see. And it's true. We've proven with all that science that we've taken it to mean that there's a divine intelligence that flows through all the stuff that through which everything is made. And we say that universal stuff out of everything, out of which everything is made. We can no longer believe in a personality type God. because we look at how everything happens. It happens the same for everyone. It's not that we have to earn it. It's not that we have to deserve it. Here's what happens. This is like the crazy part about all of this. Is, remember, I've been talking about the subjective mind being like a computer that records everything we have ever experienced and all of our reactions to it. So what happens is we have something that happens to us, and we set up this like loop of, yeah, well, that's what happened last time, so this is what's going to happen next, and we can't break through that loop. So when we're doing manifestations, we're really calling on past data, past information. But when you're adding gratitude, a feeling, not just the word, not just the concept of gratitude, but the actual feeling of gratitude and entering into the vortex with that, what we're doing is we're retraining our subjective mind to believe in possibility, to not look at what's happened in the past, but instead recognize that there is a possibility for the future. And that's how we manifest this life of our dreams. We can't manifest it as long as we're focused on lack and limitation. And because we don't believe in a personality type God, what I'm going to say next might sound like I do, but I don't. What it is that, like, if you do a favor for someone and they're like lukewarm about it, they say, oh, thank you. You going to run out and do something else for them? But if when you do that for them, they go, oh my God, thank you so much. You can't do enough for them, right? And that's the way the universe works, based, of course, on our subjective material. If our subjective material says you don't deserve it, or you haven't earned it, or whatever it's going to say, God's already given us the gift. It's not about God saying, okay, you've earned it, you deserve it. God's already given the gift. All of the prosperity, all of the love, all of the health, all of that already is available to us. It's our subjective mind that gets in the way of us receiving that, because we've got so much garbage in there that is saying, no, you can't have that. Or who are you to deserve that? Or you haven't earned it yet. All of those things, or that's not how it happens. It's impossible. All those people that have won the lottery had to believe that it was actually possible for them to win the lottery in order to get it. Now, what happens once they get it is a whole other thing, right? How many of those stories have you heard where they get all this money and within a short period of time, it's all gone because their subjective mind tells them they can't keep it. They can't have that. They don't deserve it. And so when we enter that state, that feeling of gratitude, when we enter that state, what we do instead of creating from lack is we create more of what it is we want to see, because we've expressed gratitude for it. And the universe goes, oh, she likes that. Let me give her some more of that. You see? And because my subjective mind, I've been working on that and working on that and working on that, because I've been doing that work, then that thought, that idea comes in and takes hold. The seed finds its soil, so to speak, because my subjective mind is no longer fighting that. And so there isn't any place where God's abundance, whether that be love, finances, or health, there isn't any place where there is a lack. There isn't any place where there is less than. Everyone has the same ability to reach in and take whatever it is they want. It's just a matter of working with that subjective material and saying, no, you don't understand. We don't believe that anymore. We believe this instead. Gratitude is such an interesting thing because it is at once very powerful and at the same time very elusive if we're not working on it. It's so easy for us. I got a reading the other day from one of my psychic friends that I dearly love. And she pulls these cards. And she goes, now these are kind of nasty cards, I'm going to tell you right up front. They tell the truth. And the card that came up for me was stop whining. I thought, oh my God. But it's so easy for us to get into that place of whining. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to get vaccinated. I don't want to, you know, it's interesting. And, oh, this happened to me, or that person did this to me, or, you know, I can't find love, or I don't have enough money, or, you know, whatever your flavor of wine is. It's so easy for us. It should be just as easy for us to drop into that feeling of gratitude, right? But we don't. It takes work because that's not our inherent, well, it is our inherent nature. What I was going to say is like, it's almost like we've been programmed to complain and whine instead of being programmed to express gratitude, to feel that gratitude. So I'm going to go over a couple of ways to work with gratitude. One of them is that song. I mean, that's a perfect song to wake up in the morning with. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. I find myself singing that sometimes in the morning, especially the healing part. Thank you for this healing day, you know, because I do realize with my Hashimoto's in particular, when I'm having some flare-ups, that the place that I need to get to is a place of recognizing where I do have health, recognizing what I can do instead of what I can't do. There's so many limitations that I seem to have. And, you know, sometimes I get real frustrated and I whine. I really do. But I've started to make myself get into gratitude for that which does work, the lack of limitations that I do have. I can still do this. I can still do that. I can still wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, get out of bed, go do a Rife session, or, you know, take a shower, or, you know, all of those things that I become very, very grateful for first thing in the morning. Because there was a time when I couldn't. There was a time when I couldn't get out of bed, literally. And so now that I have that ability, I'm focused on that instead of being focused on the fact that I can't exercise because my muscles go into contractions. Or, and Faith experienced that firsthand in Costa Rica. And it was interesting. It was that was the worst it had ever gotten. We hiked for like, I don't know, 45 minutes down this, like, this trail down these hills, and it was crooked and it was uneven and there were rocks and there was like, you know, and my foot turned around and I couldn't get my foot to turn back around. So Faith and the guide had to like one arm under me and take me up the hill. And, you know, you get into a whining state when it's like that. And it stayed like that for 2 or 3 days until we had a massage. Then I finally, and then the chiropractor. Yeah, I had a massage and then the chiropractor worked on it. But anyway, so it's really easy for me to start focusing on that instead of focusing on the idea that, hey, I was able to go to Costa Rica. And yes, I had a little hiccup there, but I was able to go down to this really cool beach. I didn't get to see the turtles. Faith went on later and went to other beaches to see the turtles, because the whole idea of the thing was to watch the turtles come onto the shore and lay eggs or breed, or whatever. Was it breeding or laying the eggs? You can pop in.
I want to say they were trying to lay eggs. They were coming up to like look for a spot to lay eggs. So they do like 4 days in a row. They come up, check their spot, and then they lay their eggs.
And it has to be a certain temperature.
Yeah, and you actually get to see like the tail, because what they do is they stick their tail into the soil or into the sand, and it's like they have their own thermometer.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating. And these things are like, I don't even know what to compare the size to. They're
about the size of that thing behind you right there.
Oh, minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, these things are gigantic, guys. But it was so cool. But she got to go down to the beach. When I was sick, we kind of just swapped.
Yeah. But, you know, being grateful for that trip, being grateful for you know, first of all, not being alone in Costa Rica since nobody spoke English.
Yeah, like anybody.
Well, anybody like in the cabs or anything like that,
Right.
you know, that was just nuts that they don't speak English. But being grateful, you know, to have a companion, and being grateful for even being able to go to Costa Rica
Mhm.
and experience it.
Especially
I think-
after the last year.
Yeah, exactly. Like we had a party before we.
We did. We got a good send off.
So anyway, yeah, gratitude is really the key to that, because I'm no longer focused on, you know, the fact that I couldn't see the turtles. And then the next day we actually went to see the monkeys. We saw a lot of crocodiles too, but whatever. And so we took this boat trip, and we got to see these capuchin monkeys, and they were really cute. We didn't get to play with them like we thought we were going to, but I look at that as being grateful that we, you know, after my leg not working and us still being able to go on that trip, I thought was pretty cool, because I was like, well, how far do I need to walk? Because I'm not walking very well. And it was just a short trip from like the parking lot to where they pick you up on the boat. So, but being grateful for that experience, I think, is the key to feeling good about my life and being able to create more experiences like that. Right now, I'd love to go to Egypt. I'm trying to get a Pfizer shot because we had the J&J and we're just not totally protected. And right now they're not letting us do that. But I have a friend who does these trips to Egypt. He's been doing them for a very long time. And he gets you into the backs, you know, areas of where tourists don't get to go, because he's been going there so long. He knows all the officials and everything. And so I think about that Costa Rica trip when I'm thinking about my plan to go to Egypt. You see, I'm going to manifest that trip to Egypt one way or another. And if I was focused on what happened to me in Costa Rica instead of the gratitude for the experience itself, then I don't think I could make Egypt appear. And it's so far it's appearing. It's like $3,000 for 3 weeks, and that is all inclusive, and then $600 or $700 for airfare, which isn't really a lot. So when you think about it, it's like a month of travel for very little money. But I have this friend that does it, and it's pretty cool. So that's what I'm working on manifesting. And I look back on that Costa Rica trip and all the fun we had changing in these weird changing rooms, and the humidity and the heat. And we rented a golf cart, and, you know, Faith was, you were what, 16? And
I didn't even have a license yet. I still had a permit.
oh, she wasn't quite 16 yet. We were there in April, so you must have been just turned
I was
15.
close. No. Well,
Because
2019.
January, from April to January.
No, I would have had my permit for 3 months by then, because I got my license right before we went into lockdown.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we rented this golf cart, and Faith did all the driving.
Yeah, I did.
And it was really funny because she looks older than she is. And so nobody ever questioned us to say, you know, you have to be 18. They told us that you have to be 18, but they didn't question anything. They didn't check her license. They didn't, nothing like that. And so we were tooling around that place with that golf cart, and it was really fun. We had a really good time. So I think about all of that when I'm manifesting for Egypt. And truthfully, that's the way it works no matter what you're trying to manifest. If the life of your dreams is finding the love of your life, for example, you need to be feel very grateful for those people who are in your life, and really allow yourself to get into the experience of what it feels like to be loved by them, so that you can attract love to yourself. I talked about this one other time where I had this class, and it was one of the foundations classes. I don't remember what the topic was right now, but we started talking about how, like in Vegas, scared money runs, and if you're desperate for love, it chases people away, and all of that. And this one woman said, yeah, have you ever noticed that when you're in love, the whole world falls in love with you? And we started talking about that concept of, like, if I want to attract love to myself, what I have to do is feel in love. Now, I'm going to say that you want to feel in love with yourself, because that's really the key to all of it, is you have to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. And so if you're trying to attract or manifest that perfect relationship, you want to get into that feeling of gratitude for loving yourself. And someone on TikTok, I think I talked about this the other week, someone on TikTok was talking about informations, not affirmations, but informations, where you ask yourself, why am I so loved? Because your subjective mind now is going to work to try and fill in the blanks. Why are you so loved? And it keeps coming up with solutions. So the more that you can ask yourself, why am I so beloved? Why do I feel so in love? And let your subjective mind fill in those blanks. Let it go to work for you. So this next week, I really want us to focus on getting into that feeling of gratitude. Because what I do know is that getting into the feeling of gratitude is what's going to take us to the next level. It's what's going to take us to that life of our dreams. And so I've got a couple of ideas for you. First of all, this song, thank you for this day spirit. Dr. Marjorie Staum, one of my mentor ministers and a very dear friend who has since passed on, was so funny. I roomed with her in Mexico one time, and she would kick her feet over the side of the bed in the morning and proclaim, praise God. This is the day that God has made, and I'm like hungover or whatever. And so I have the covers over my eyes and I'm like, good morning, Marjorie. And then I just go back to sleep. But that's how she started every day. She was always praising God. And it was pretty cool, actually, to recognize that she practiced what she preached. She always talked about looking for the good and praising it. And so that's one of the things I want you to do, is look for the good and praise it. Whether you start out the day with that song or you start out the day with praise God, this is the day that God has made, whatever your word is, praise the universe. This is the day that the universe has made. I don't care what word you use. I just want it to touch your heart. God touches my heart. That's the word that touches my heart. Excuse me. But start out the day like that. Look for the good everywhere and praise it. Wherever you see it. Like if you see weeds, go look at a flower. Don't, whine about the weed. Go look at a flower and say how beautiful that flower is. Praise that flower for being in your life. In circumstances where you might not have as much mobility as you would like, praise the places where you do have mobility. Praise the things that you still can do. And if you're looking for love in your life, you're going to praise every encounter that you have with a person, whether that's a bank teller or I have the best experiences with bank tellers and grocery store clerks and even people on the phone these days, because I'm so grateful for their presence in my life. One of the things that I learned from the pandemic is how grateful I am for any human interaction I could possibly have, because I felt very starved for that human interaction. Even clients, the difficult clients that I have, I'm happy, I'm like, oh, thank God, I have a person to talk to for 45 minutes, and so I think that was the lesson of the pandemic, was just to appreciate how important that human contact is. And so if we can take that lesson and move into a place of gratitude so that we can create the life of our dreams, then how much more powerful could it be, right? And if you are, trying to manifest money, or not trying, you can't try. Like if you pick up a pencil, you either pick it up or you don't. No try. No try, do. But if you're working on manifesting money, it's the same thing. If you get $100 when you were expecting 1,000, be grateful for that 100. Don't lament that it's not enough to pay whatever bill it was you were trying to manifest that money for, right? If you needed $1,000 to pay a bill, if you get 100, yay, I'm 1/10 of the way there, right? Also, take these gratitude breaks in the middle of the day. You know, it's really good to just sit and breathe, to take a break. Smokers, you know, take breaks when they go out to smoke and they're breathing. But most people who aren't smokers don't take time to just sit and breathe. And be grateful for your breath. Be grateful for the break. Be grateful for the ability to have a job that allows you to take breaks. Be grateful for whatever it is, but take those gratitude breaks at least 3 or 4 times a day. It's really important because you want to put yourself in that feeling of gratitude as often as possible. And then at night, I always talk about a gratitude journal, but I have a little twist on that this week. I was thinking about this. So every night you're going to list 5 things that you're grateful for. And then at the end of like 7 days, I want you to add not only what you're grateful, and you're going to add on stuff that you're grateful for each night. By the way, you want to try and get a couple of extra things in there every single day. But at the end of 7 days, you're going to write down what it is you want to manifest. And then, along with that gratitude, you're going to say you're grateful for the experience and allow yourself to feel what it feels like to be in that experience, to be wealthy, to win the lottery even. I wouldn't visualize yourself winning the lottery, but what does it feel like when you've won the lottery? What does it feel like to have that much money? What does it feel like to have that much love in your life? What does it feel like to be well enough to be able to work out and do whatever it is you want to do? What does it feel like? So using that feeling of gratitude, you're entering into the vortex and you're fueling that manifestation with that feeling of gratitude. Because we all want to live the life of our dreams, don't we? I mean, really. And it's possible. Anything's possible in God. Anything is possible in God. We just have to remember that it's just our subjective material that's keeping it from happening. God's already given us the gift. We just have to reach in and accept it, whatever that is. And that's the process of manifesting the life of our dreams with gratitude. Will you do that with me this week? Do your whatever morning ritual that gets you into that space of gratitude. Take your gratitude breaks all day long and do your gratitude journal every night. Will you do that with me? Let's have a prayer. I'll do it. Right now, I just turn my awareness to the infinite power, the infinite presence of God. To that place beyond human understanding, where God is all there ever has been, all there ever will be, and all there is right here, right now. I allow my awareness to just shift to that greater reality. Because I know that's where I find myself, in the midst of God, my very essence, my very life, my very being. It is who and what I am. And every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that ancient wisdom of the ages, which is God working its way through my subjective consciousness. I know the same truth to be so for the team I've been gifted with, for Lynn, for Faith, for Tina, for Oz. For we are one in the beingness of God, the livingness of God, the life, the power, the presence, the love of God. And every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that one infinite power, that one infinite presence, that wisdom of the ages that is God flowing through us to do that which ought to be done by us. The human actions that we perform in service to God. For we are one team, one life, one being, one love, one. And I know the same truth for every person who's watching this, whether that be in real time or later on. For that one power, that one presence of God flows through every person, place, and thing divinely. There is no place where one leaves off and the other begins, for it is one life flowing through all. Mitakuye Oyasin, we are all one. And so I bless this coming week because I know that as our hearts fill with gratitude, as we initiate that magnetic field that attracts to us the life of our dreams, that as we practice this gratitude and fill ourselves up with it, that we are blessed with all kinds of unexpected beauty and wonder, far beyond anything we can think of with our human mind. So I know that anyone whose name is in the ministry or prayer this morning is blessed with that same power flowing through that experience. That underlying any condition is the power and presence of God. I pull back the veil right now and receive it in their names. I receive it in their names and I call it good and very good. I claim it for them here and now. The truth, the spiritual truth of God, of God's presence, God's beauty, God's life, God's love. I claim it in their name. As I call it good and very good, my heart fills with gratitude to know this is so already, to be of service in this way. And so I just let it be. And so it is. Amen. Okay, now is the time for us it's our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to express your gratitude for that which you have already received and that which you have created in the mind of God already and have maybe not seen in your physical reality yet. Giving gratitude for anything before it shows up is a guarantee that it will, if you're truly in that state of gratitude. So, excuse me, please go to www.oasiscsl.org. Faith has it listed on the screen, and she also has it in the comments. And about 2/3 down the page, you're going to see an offering affirmation. And then underneath that is the Contribute Now button. Again, contributions are something that you're contributing to a greater good. In this case, it's contributing to the message of God getting out there in the world. We have people in India that are following us. We have people, all over the world that are following us. And the way we do that is through your contributions. Donations are a one-time thing usually. But this contribution you are making is actually a contribution in service to God for the message of God getting out there. So go to www.oasiscsl.org, and about 2/3 down the page, please say this offering affirmation with me. Doesn't matter if you're watching it in real time or later on, you can still do it. Say it with me. This perfect gift is spirit in form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive. And so it is. All right. Hit that contribute now button. And let me let you know about our Ministry of Prayer. We have this really great team of licensed practitioners from coast to coast, which I like to refer to as the God Squad. That's what we named ourselves, was the God Squad. And they pray for those requests every day for a week. So you want to take advantage of this loving service that they provide by putting in the comment field anything you would like prayer for. And if you don't want it to be public, by all means, message one of us, and Faith will make sure that it goes on the private group page that we have on Facebook for the God Squad. So again, put whatever prayer request you have, put it in the comments or direct message one of us, and we'll make sure that it gets on there. Again, it's the only people that can see it are the God Squad. Now, if you would like to participate in that, you do not have to be a licensed practitioner. However, you do have to be committed to doing affirmative prayer every day for a week on those requests and follow through with that. And you have to keep those requests confidential. So if you would like to do that, type yes in the comment field and Faith will add you to our God Squad list. It helps if you know religious science. It does help. But like I said, as long as you're willing to do affirmative prayer, we're happy to have you on the team. And if you would like to be part of our group that is public facing, you can always type more in the comment field and Faith will add you to our group that is public facing. We post everything that's happening in the church there before we post it publicly. So you'd be the first to know. Excuse me. So also, Oz is available for what we call our 1-minute miracle after the service. It's a time where you can share whatever challenge you're experiencing, and he will stop, drop, and pray with you right then and there. You're going to reach out to him through video chat. If he doesn't answer right away, it means he's on with someone else. So call back in a few more minutes. But also know that our licensed practitioners are available by appointment for a fee for spiritual guidance. So reach out to them by message. Let them know that you would like to set an appointment. They'll arrange payment. I don't know who has Venmo, who has Cash App or PayPal. I don't get involved in any of that. It's up to the individual practitioner how they want to get payment. And then they'll arrange an appointment time and they'll reach out to you by video chat at your appointed time. So take advantage of that. Practitioners are amazing. Like if you are having a hard time seeing the truth for yourself, man, oh man, oh Manischewitz, they are so good at being able to show you the spiritual truth behind all that garbage that you're experiencing. So take advantage of that. It's awesome to have that. All right, bracelets and mala beads from Brooks and Bailey. I have mine on. Has this wonderful clasp that never comes undone. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's only come undone once, but my other bracelets come undone all the time. And all the proceeds go to Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue. You can reach out to her through Brooks and Bailey 0307@gmail.com. And by all means, go buy a bracelet from her. They're really nice, and it's a worthy cause. And then we have the Mystic Brew with Faith.
This is my metaphysical shop, so definitely check it out. As of July 30th, we are going to have new product in there, so definitely keep your eyes out. It will be hitting social media here soon to kind of get the hype up. So make sure that you're following us on Instagram as well as Facebook. We also still have our Etsy store up as well. If you find Etsy easier, definitely check that out as well. But our website is www.themysticbrew.com.
Great, thank you. And this is one of her, she didn't tell you that she has these intention jars. This one is $15. She has little ones that go around your neck, don't you? Yeah, little ones that go around the neck. How much are those?
Those are $7.
$7. And you have some bigger jars than this, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So anyway,
really massive ones that are really good for any like room decor.
cool. So anyway, I love using this. Whenever I'm thinking about abundance or prosperity, I use that because that's what she created it for me. All right. And of course, there's Elaine Silver, Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver. You can go to her website, figure out which songs you would like to buy, well, which CDs you would like to buy. You will have to reach out to her by email because she is traveling around the country all the time. And so in order to get money to her website, she can't update her website for some reason to put Cash App or Venmo or whatever on it. So you have to reach out to her through email and find out where to send the money or how to get the money to her. Karen Drucker's site does work. You can buy them by the song, by the album, or the CD, I should say. We don't have albums anymore. I'm such an old school. Anyway, she has songbooks, and she even has, some of the songbooks have American Sign Language in them, so it's pretty cool. But she can update her website, so you can buy it right then and there, put your debit card in and actually purchase it. So we love to support those who support us. So go in there and buy some music, especially if you like the Thank You for This Day's Spirit. Do you remember what CD that's on, Faith?
That one is on Songs of Spirit 2.
Songs of Spirit 2. She has 4 of those. Songs of Spirit 2, 3, 4. But it's on Songs of Spirit 2. So you can buy that whole CD. Everything that I've ever had from her is excellent. I mean, she gifted us with her entire collection of 20 CDs, and I have not heard a song I don't like. So there you go. We use most of her music. We use her music most of the time. And then check out our website at www.oasiscsl.org. We have current sermons that are on video. We have past sermons that are on audio. There's a tab at the top. Also, all the information about our organization, and of course, a page for our practitioners. So you can find out information about our practitioners as well. And so also we are, our current sermons are on YouTube under S. Tucker, and our past sermons, meaning older than a year and a half ago, are on SoundCloud, and that's also S. Tucker. So you can search them out and be able to listen to anything. Of course, you can always go back through Facebook because we leave them on Facebook. So this next song is another one to have in your, as a meme in your head. We're going to bless everything with this. And this is also a Karen Drucker song as well. But if you know the words, sing it loud and sing it proud, and get this one stuck in your mind because it is a great way to manifest the life of your dreams.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So kids.
I know the blessings that flow through our lives and to our lives are magnetized by gratitude. And knowing that, I live a week of being grateful for knowing what is there is all the blessings of God. And the more I appreciate, the more comes. And I ask you to share with me in this week of gratitude as we move forward into life and into being, appreciating the blessings that are ours. And I let this be so, for it is a good thing, and I give great thanks, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you for being here, everybody. We love seeing you. Join us every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. In the meantime, stay safe, wear a mask, get vaccinated. We love you. Bye. See you next week.